So now let's figure out the net present values for each project. And by doing that, we will be using the net present value formula. So let's go to formulas, scroll down and find NPV. And here we have a rate of 15, so we're going to put 15. And the values of the cash flows, inflows, not the outflows, only the inflows cash values. And then we click done, but remember we have to add the outflow cash value, which is the negative value of what we're investing. So we're going to add plus negative $500, and then we're going to click enter. And now we have to lock it if we want to drag it towards the right. So what do we have to lock here? Of course we have to lock the rate column and the row. And I believe that is it, but just to make sure, let's check. It looks good to me. It's project 2 is correct. Same rate, looks good. So I think now we can just drag it all across. Let's do that. Great. But let's just make sure. You can go to click on any project and let's see if it's correct. And yes, it's correct. So this is one way to calculate the net present value. Another way of calculating it is by using the summation function. So let's test it out, see if I'm correct. You can just do auto sum. Oh, I'm sorry, not auto sum. Just write equal sum. And this is the sum. We're not taking the sum of the cash flows. No, we're taking the sum of the present values we previously did. So let's do that. And then close parentheses. And there we have the same value we had for the net present value. And we don't have to lock anything because each project has its own present values. So what we just have to do is just drag it towards the right. And here we can make sure if we have everything correct. And I made one mistake. Let's see what happened here. Okay, so I have the sum of this project, of the present values, but let's see, maybe my NPV is incorrect. And yep, it is incorrect, guys, because I did not add the value of the cash flow for period 6. So we can fix that by simply dragging down the red border, click enter, and now we have the same values, which is great. And lastly, we can calculate it by using just the present value formula. So this is where the blue color projects come into place. So when you have just when you have a payment of the same payment every year, you will be getting the present value, the same value as the summation and the NPV value. But if you have different cash flows, inflows, and cash outflows values, you will not be able to get the same value as you have in NPV and summation. So let's just try it out in both scenarios. So here we're going to do the present value formula. If we have the rate of 15%, we have the period for project 14, it will be 4. We have the payment, which is $300. Remember to make that negative or else your numbers will be off. Excel, if you don't put the negative, then Excel gives you a negative value, and obviously we don't want that. So negative to make it positive. And then we click done. But remember, we have to add the first initial investment. So let's click that and see how we have 3 different ways of calculating the net present value. So let's just drag this, but first we have to lock the discount rate. And let me just make the period 5 periods. It won't affect project 14 because year 5 there's nothing there, so it shouldn't make a difference. So let's click enter. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I made a mistake, which is okay to make a mistake. So disregard the period change, leave it as is. 4 periods for project 14. Click enter. There we go. So let's see, let's drag this. Do we get the same values? No, we don't. And let's see why. So we have our initial payments. Our payments are 500. Initial investment deposit is 1,000. The rate is the same, but what is not the same? Oh, here is our mistake. Why is it oh, now I see it. Okay, so it's okay. We can do this manually, or we can do this automatically. I'm trying to figure it out right now, so bear with me. Okay, because I did not lock the row for the periods. That is why I am getting a different value. So let's lock that. And let's drag it again and see if that works. And still it is not working. Why is it not working? Oh, it's not working because we have 5 periods for project 15 and 16. So we're just going to change that here. We're going to make it to A10. And we can drag this towards the right because they have the same periods, and see how we have the same values 3 different times. Now, let's try this on a cash flow that has different payments. And I'm going to show you that it doesn't work. So I've tried it many times and it doesn't work. But here we go. Let's go to project 1. So project 1 has different payments every year. So let's do the same thing with finding the formula of present value. We have the rate. Period is 5. The payments will be 100. Click done and add initial investment. And we get a different number. We want to try it one more time. Let's try it one more time to prove this formula does not work. We can do it once more. Present value. Once again, the rate is 15. Period is 5. And the payment is 250. And I forgot to make that negative. The payment has to be negative. Okay. Plus this. See, we just keep getting different values and it's not going to work. And I have the same format for the blue projects. Because when you have the same payments, your present value is going to be exactly what you want to be earning when you made the deposit during the beginning. So each month, by the time you get, so each month you'll be making a consecutive payment, but you want your present value to be equal to what you are, going to deposit in the beginning of the year. You don't want to lose money, you want to gain back what you gave at the beginning. So let's delete that. So now we're up to the part where we want to figure out which project will be best to invest. So I will graph this right now.